creation. Yeah, yeah. One love, one love. Let's get together and feel alright. I'm fleeing to my God. Lord, now we feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Let's get together. Let's take along. Now we feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Let's take along. Feel alright.
Okay, let me say good night to our listeners, to the Workers' Voice. Today, Thursday, the 18th of September, 2025. As usual, we always big up everyone. As we always say, this program is a program for all Dominicans, and we are happy to have you glued in. Good night to the executive members of our party, and by extension, the United Workers' Party family. Good night to Dominicans. And as we say, there is nothing like labor, right, freedom, right, and workers. We take responsibility for our program because it is the workers' voice, a United Workers' Party Team Dominica program. But when it comes for participation and to voice opinions and to suggestions, we say to all Dominicans, participate in this program. Tonight we have with us our next winning candidate for the Wesley constituency, Mr. Jean-Francois, candidate. And by the way, the man, the people of Wesley declared as the United Workers' Party candidate. And I know a lot of Dominicans are excited to see him tonight. They will see him on social media tonight. He's on with us live. And we have questions for him as well. And we have, of course, with us Honorable Dr. Fontaine, the political leader of the United Workers' Party, Team Dominica. And for the record, let me say good night to the central constituents. And I know that you all are ready for the reconfirmation because we need to get this government out as quickly as possible. And, life has to move on. The good Lord give F and he take F. And by the way, as we done that, let me just say extend sympathies on behalf of the families or condolences to those who have lost loved ones. We know the good Lord cannot give you more than you can take. And we appreciate your resilience in this time of grief. When you lose a loved one, it's something that is hard, whether or not, that person was of age or what, but it's your loved one. And so we say good night to Dominica, relax, and we expect people to participate. So just right into it. Tonight we'll be looking at some constituency matters and we'll be hearing from Mr. Jean-Francois. Mr. Jean-Francois, good night to you. How you look so well tonight. I can see you looking, well, some of these people saying that you bubble in. The young people saying that you are bubbling, man. Tell us about that bubble, man. Good night, you're welcome. Address your introductory remarks, man.
Yes, good evening, good evening. I'm happy to be here. Good evening to everybody. Good evening, good evening, Honorable Thompson Fontaine.
Good evening to you.
And to the people of Dominica, by extension, and the people of the constituency of Wesley, Woodfordale, and Palm Tree. I'm happy to be here this evening. It's my first time being on the Workers' Voice, but I'm happy to be here because I'm here trying to do the people's work. I'm just happy and pleased, honored to be here because it is a humbling thing that the people have actually asked me to represent them in the next general election, and I humbly accepted it. I do it with total humility because this is not about me. It is not, it's really, really not about me. It's about the people and wanting something better for the people. And I think that I'm capable by the grace, through the grace of God, that something that I'm willing to do. It's not a decision that I took lightly. It's something because it is something very serious because once one decides to take that step to serve the public, one has to forget oneself and concentrate more on others. You know, sometimes you'll do things that it's almost like sometimes you have to forget even your own family. And because right now you're serving the community, because this is what this is about, putting people first. Okay, and my hope, my aim is to try to restore some hope to the people of the West constituency, because the way things are going right now for the past 25 years, I don't think that we are going in the right direction. In Dominica in general, things have just gone from basically from bad to worse under this administration. So we need to come back because we've had better days. We've had better days. So this is what this is about, trying to make things better for others. Knowing that I've always considered myself a very blessed person, very fortunate, struggle through life, but always blessed. And the things that I have achieved, it's not for me. It's not for me alone. It's for others. It's for others. If you were to come to my home during the day anytime, my house is always open. My doors are always open. My house have four. My home has 4 doors, and they are always opened because that's the only type of person I am. I'm there for people. I respect and I respect people. I see the value in people. People must come first. Whatever you have, there's nothing you have in life, nothing you can achieve in life can be more important than one life. Nothing you have cannot be more important than one life. It doesn't matter how big your home is, the most expensive vehicle you have, the amount of land you have, it doesn't matter the amount of riches you have. There is no one that's worth less than any of those things. Each life is important. Each person is important. And I think this is what I'm trying to bring into this political atmosphere, that we have to be concerned, we have to care, we have to love people, we have to be concerned about people, want people to be better than how they are, because there's, as I always say, there's always room for improvement, and let's make people better. Let's not make them worse. And this is what we're trying to do in the West constituency, to make people come together. This is not about labor. I always tell people this is not about labor, this is not about workers, this is about the constituency, knowing where we were and where we are today. Persons who have reached the age of 40 and above. We know this constituency. We know what we were able to do, what we were capable of doing, which we have lost. We need to bring back these days and make it better. And thank God we have an excellent political leader, the Honorable Thompson Fountain, economist, well-known economist, who is able to do those type of things. He has fixed others. Definitely, right now we are going backward, and Dr. Thompson Fountain can definitely bring this country forward. So, with these few things, I would just like to say,
We'll get back to you. We're getting back to you.
okay, so I'm happy to be here and
Yes.
to let persons know that there is hope. Okay, there is hope. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, thank you. And we do these things selflessly, and we are happy about everything else. And we know that you, you are liked by the people of Dominica and by extension, your community. And people, as time goes by and you unfold into the public, they will get to know you better. He will get back to you with a few questions, but I would like to just bring on our honorable political leader, Honorable Dr. Thompson Fountain, world-renowned economist. I must say, and someone told me, do not stop saying this, because I think it is unfair to someone who has done well for the world and now he's trying to do something for his country. It is unfair not to actually give him that kind of publicity. He doesn't like to do it. He's a man of humility, well, myself and others who likes to do it will continue to do it. So, Doc, welcome.
All right. Well, good night. Good night to you, so. And of course, to Jean Francois out there in Wesley. Very good night to you as well. And to our many listeners, both online and here in Dominica, listening by way of radio and also on television. It's really good to have to be here and to receive all these accolades and to say thank you for it. And also to say that, hope, as Ja ended, he was talking about hope. Hope
yes.
springs eternal. And I can tell you here in the United Workers' Party Team Dominica, we are hopeful for a better tomorrow. We are hopeful for a better future for Dominica. Because when you think of the country that we now call home, the country we call Dominica, it is messed up. In a lot of politically in particular, it is completely messed up. Earlier we had a discussion about how you can give the resources of the state to an individual, and everything that this individual gains out of it belongs to himself, and the state has nothing, and money that should be going to the treasury are being handed out to individuals to do as they please, to build what they want, to walk away with millions of dollars. And the basic needs of the Dominican public have not been met. And I was looking at a video recently of back to school, and I saw something that was extremely disturbing to me. I
Yes.
saw a young man holding up 2 backpacks that he had just received from the Pal Rep from Roseau.
Wow.
And he was beyond words in describing how thankful he was to the Pal Rep for giving him 2 backpacks of supplies
Oh, my
for
God.
his children.
Yes.
And I'm thinking of how can this guy go back home and look his wife in the eyes and feel good about
this, yes.
that you're a man after all.
Yeah.
You should be out there working. You should be out there, in the prime of your life. You're the one that is expected to give to your children. You're the one that's expected to provide for your children. And the fact that this same government has taken away that right of yours to do it, and then you're on your knees groveling.
Yes.
I mean, I was blown away.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying you cannot accept a gift from somebody,
Yeah.
but the fact that send your wife, man, but
Yeah.
not the man, something
Yeah.
about that picture just got me the wrong way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't normally comment on these things, but having seen that,
Yes.
and then the young girl, the young children, oh, Auntie Mel, thank you. I mean,
Oh,
come on,
my
you should be
God.
thanking your father
Yeah.
for providing for you, not Auntie Mel, for you to go back to school. That's a basic. So we're in a bad place.
We know, but
We're
all
in an
this is revealing. It's
extremely
revealing.
bad place. And it is heart-wrenching when you see those images being flashed all over the world. How can you feel good about this? How can you feel good? I give backpacks to the school children in Grand Fond and Montjean, but I did not give it to the parents. I gave it directly to the students.
Yeah.
So at least the parents have some sense of dignity.
Yes.
But you're handing it to the to the father. No, I mean, that's something about that is not right. And the fact that these people in government continue to take advantage of our people, they need to stop it. And so you have that picture of a father who is supposed to be providing for his children, not able to provide backpacks for his children to go back to school. And on the other hand, the government spending literally tens of millions of our money, minting millionaires who are not Dominicans, wasting our resources. So when you think something's not right about this, and yet some of our people somehow believe that this is the best that this country can offer, that this is that's the way things should be. No, that's not how it should be. we can do better than this.
Yeah, I think
We
you should
can
pay
do
attention
better than
to.
this.
Yes, thank you. Pay attention to something on the screen there. I don't know.
And then, okay, we'll take it right after
Yes,
this person
yes.
who wants
Hello,
to.
good evening. Come in right in.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Mr. Thompson.
Good evening to you, sir.
Yes, good evening. Good
Yeah,
evening.
I was listening to Mr. Thompson Fontaine, and there's some things that really bother me about what this government does. So you deprive these young men of contributing to Social Security. Everybody talks about Social Security is going to run out. Yet you have these men in the prime of their time, their work time, not being able to contribute to Social Security. And guess what? Roosevelt Skerritt takes money from Social Security. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. He takes money from Social Security to give to single mothers, he says. He's encouraging women to have children, single mothers. Is that correct or not? Am I dreaming?
You're
Did
not.
he do that? Did he do it?
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, sir, let me tell you
I'm not
something.
sure.
I'm not too sure of all of the information with respect to money's been borrowed.
We've been hearing.
Yeah, we've been hearing. Of course, we've been hearing. You are correct. We have been hearing. Yes.
Yeah, he's taking the money from the government should have no business taking money from Social Security. Social Security should be kind of like the credit union, where all the benefits go to the people who contributed to it.
That's right.
You can't just go and dip in there and take it away and use it for other things. When we know that it might run out, there's a threat that it might run out, and people are contributing to it. And you are not allowing people to contribute by not making an environment where people can work in the prime time of their life. These things really bother me. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
And as we're saying that they push past 10, I think media saying we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. So something must be done. So I don't know, Doc, you could pay attention to this message. Yes. Yeah. But anyway, we're going forward. Yes, and I'm happy that Dr. Jean, Mr. Jean, I'm going to call you in a while. But I'm happy that you made this statement with respect to what you heard, the out of words, to describe a situation where you're receiving books for your child or children. And we've said in the United Workers' Party, at the time the United Workers' Party was in government, the school books, issuing of school books, free school books, was introduced by the United Workers' Party, and you never heard any PAL rep was involved directly in actually issuing books. We ourselves in Rosa Central, we did our best with some persons. It was unheard of. Why do we have to put that on social media to expose families who are probably unable to do something for themselves? It's just a matter, if you're helping, you're helping. But these people are doing it, not their own money. They're using government resources and to make fame for themselves, but they don't know how bad it looks, and it is really pointing directly to them. But Mr. Jia, as we do, you are our guest tonight, and we're going to keep you warm tonight. So I expect most of the questions coming to you. I know you have been the guardian since you have been, selected by a constituency association to declare you the candidate for United Workers' Party in the West constituency. You have been on the ground. You've known this community for many years to have been involved in agriculture. And we know the situation we see in agriculture all over Dominica now is on the down low. And you have been interacting on a day-to-day basis with people, meeting them on the streets, at their homes, in the corners, in groups. What can you tell the Dominican people is happening in Wesley right now in the Wesley constituency?
All right. So let me just go back on
Yes.
what Dr. Fontaine just said about the school books being handed out and school materials being given to children. The very same thing has taken place up here in Wesley, in the constituency of Wesley. It happened in Woodford, it happened in Wesley. And it is very sickening because we know in this area back then, when I'm going to segue into farming as well, knowing that agriculture.
You are permitted.
That's what has made Wesley people an independent people, agriculture. Okay? And back then, families would work. They would have worked hard and to provide for their family. No politician would be giving them anything. In fact, they would have given the politician things because they were independent, they earned their own monies. And they would send their children. Sometimes you had people with 2 or 3 children going to school in town. have to pay lodging, paying school fees, paying everything as farmers. But apparently, this government told us, well, farming is a has-been industry, the banana is a has-been industry. But we know that as long as there are people alive, people must eat food. We cannot live without eating food. And this is what this government has not understood. That farming is what God has blessed us with. God has blessed us with land, water, plenty of it. We have this thing. We have water going, billions of gallons of water going to the sea every day, wasting. We have lands that are just wasted that because government has frustrated farmers by not creating markets for them, not going to look for the markets so that these farmers can produce their stuff so they can sell. I met a young guy today who loaded his vehicle with plantains because they are not selling up here. And he told me he's going down to Soufriere, to Rose, wherever he can go to sell those things. Okay? After he has worked so hard. Okay? With how many bunches, hundreds of bunches of plantain just there wasting. And we know that if the government had done what should have been done, these farmers would not have to be doing this type of struggle. And what I, as an individual, what I would hope under United Workers Party administration, whenever this election call, I have the confidence that this party is going to take back the reins of the office in this country. Okay, that I keep telling farmers, we do not want you to be worrying about market. One thing we're going to ask you to do is just to go and plant, and then we will do everything else for you as market, making sure that we find the markets for you and provide means to the market. And one of the primary things we must do is feeder routes. Okay, because if we do not have proper feeder routes, I mean, the word, just listen to the word feeder routes, is there
Feeder
to feed
routes.
the people.
Uh,
Okay, and this
That's
government
right.
seems doesn't want to understand this is very important. You have to fix the feeder roads so the farmers, when they've gone and they worked hard, that they can bring out their produce. Okay, and the farmers up here are struggling. Nothing. But back then, we know it had hoxers from all over the place coming to produce to buy stuff from the farmers. Now those things are not taking place. Okay, we know that it has maybe about from between Wesley and Calibishi, from Marigot to Calibishi. Maybe it has about five main hoxers. Five main hoxers. Okay, not more than that. They cannot buy enough supplies for the market because who they have to sell to is just not sufficient. Okay, that's the market they have. If it's 10 boxes they can buy, it's 10 boxes. And that is where government should be coming in. You have Dexia, Dominica Import and Export Agency. This is part of government. They should be going out there to search for markets for farmers, not only to import rice and sugar. So the farmers there are under heavy strain because they are doing the work and it's not necessarily, they are not getting what is needed, the finances, the returns are not there. I have a little backyard gardening and I can't even sell what I make.
Imagine that.
A little backyard garden selling little cucumbers, melons, because what has happened, I have to say I was a businessman because the government took my property from me and have not given me back my property so that I can continue my livelihood.
Wow.
Okay? After a whole year, I'm unable to continue my livelihood. I'm actually living off my savings. That is how I'm taking care of my family and I. Okay?
Wow.
So this is the struggle. So they have made things difficult for people. And remember, we have a $1 billion project, $2 billion project taking place right here in Wesley. And the people of Wesley are not feeling the impact of this thing. Businesses have gone. Right now, we should be producing so much food You have over 500 Chinese and Indonesians in Wesley right now. Over 100 Spanish people working in Wesley. But we're not feeling the impact because the Chinese are producing all their foods from lettuce to coconut. Everything. They are providing everything for themselves. So whereas the farmers could have benefited from, okay, you have the Chinese there, so at least you are not giving us work for us to do. We are not driving trucks. We are not operating caterpillars. We are not operating excavators. We are not doing any of those things. Okay, so at least here's a farming area. So at least you should have bought the farm produce from the farmers. Let the farmers make some money so that the communities here will be vibrant. I mean, things have actually gotten worse now because of the airport project that is taking place. Things have actually gotten worse. People, the turnover you will hope from a $2 billion project is just not, we are just not feeling any of the weight here, because I think what has happened is that they have forgotten that Dominica belongs to Dominicans, and Dominicans must come first in Dominica. And this is my goal. This is my aim as a candidate, and hopefully the parliament, that the people of this constituency must be first in every decision that I make. It's not no political party. It has to be the people of Wesley, Woodford and Palm Tree. This is who will be voting me in. This is who I'll be fighting for every day. Okay? But for that to happen, for me to be able to fight for you, you must vote. I can't talk about good governance, what I'm going to do, and what are my intentions, unless that I am voted in, and by extension the United Workers Party gets into office. This is what we want. We need to be inside there, so that we can move this country forward. And move the community of the for the West. Here is an agriculture base. Okay, we can complement the area with other things. Okay, since we have the international airport, which is going to be, and let's make that very clear. Okay, because some people might think that United Workers Party is against the international airport. We want to dispel that very early.
Very good.
United Workers Party and Francois is 100% behind the development of an international airport for Dominica. What I am against is that the manner in which it is being done is not being done properly, because you still have a number of persons who have not gotten paid, who have not been settled properly, including myself. There are persons' homes that have been taken away from them, broken down, and have not gotten paid. There are people whose lands they are taken from them, have not gotten paid. There are persons who their crops were destroyed and have not gotten paid. Okay, and we have a present parliament. In 5 years since this airport project has started, not once has kept a meeting with the people of this constituency to say this is what is happening. This is what taking place. I mean, just imagine. And you ask me what agriculture.
Yeah, you're doing well. You're doing well so far. The people are saying you are doing well.
Just imagine the school. Okay, you have the primary school, Wesley Primary School, and after 5 years of a project started, you broke down the school, and then you shift the children to the Northeast Comprehensive School on a shift program where you're affecting the secondary school children, you're affecting the primary school children, and you know what happens? When the children, for example, the primary school children leave school at 5 o'clock, they drop the children on the main road, and the children have to walk up to the individual homes at that time of the evening. Anything can happen to those children at that time. God forbid, and I'm not wishing, I'm not hoping, I'm hoping that nothing will happen. But we have to do everything possible so that we can protect our children. And this is what is not happening. We need to, because our children is very cliche, but as I said, our children is our future. And if we do not have them, if we do not guide them, if we do not take care of them, if we do not protect them, then all we are doing is messing up our own future. Because is most of us there, we've passed the age of 50, so we are closer to what God has promised us, 70 or maybe a little stronger by strength. Okay, and if we honor our mother and our father properly, so then we'll live long lives. But our children, if we do not take care of them, all we are doing, we are setting them up for failure, and this is what we can't afford to do. And we have to make agriculture, come back to agriculture, exciting for our young people, because they will say that the young people do not want to do agriculture. But if I go into agriculture and I do not see a way out, because it has to be, it is a business, and if I'm not seeing that I can make money from it, then I would not want to go into it. But we know that under United Workers' Party, we're going to make agriculture a business for everybody, so that they themselves can come in and get involved into agriculture, so they can make money, they can take care of themselves and their families, take care of their children. So this is what we are hoping for us to do in this constituency and in Dominica by extension. Thank you, Soso.
Yes, so far, yes. Yeah, and thanks a lot. You have given us a lot. And at the end of the stream, we hear people saying, well, look, Mr. Jaffas, well, welcome. God, may God bless, and God bless you on this journey. And they're saying, yes. So for a fact, the feeder roads that you've spoken about, they are really in some sort of dilapidated conditions. One person stated there, I mean, I live overseas, but from time to time I come down to Dominica and I try to go on my land, and I was unable to at least drive on the feeder road with even a truck, because that is a problem for me. It's really in a deplorable situation, and that is so bad. And you've highlighted so many good things about the Wesley constituency and the potential that Wesley and Woodford Hill and Palm Tree, all these communities have with respect to moving forward and to help Dominica. I mean, when I used to work in the banana industry, these communities used to generate over $6 million yearly in just in this one subsector, that is the banana sector. So we know that the lands are rich. They have the sort of nutrient content that can carry weight with respect to giving us good production and productivity. And you also mentioned to the largest capital project that is undergoing right now in Wesley, and right now it is not impacting on the people. We have a call that we're going to interrupt and take this call. Yes, good evening, caller.
Yes, so good night.
Good night to you.
My call.
No problem.
It's a first question, because on Monday I heard them say comment inside that there's 300 Dominicans looking on the airport site. Is that true? I haven't to answer that for my place.
Mr. Faswa, question was directed to you, and I think you've heard it. Let's go.
I do not. That is not true at all. There is no 300 Dominicans working on this airport site at all, because if you have right now at present maybe 25 truck drivers, local truck drivers, okay, Dominicans working, you have plenty. And what has happened, at the beginning of the project, these guys were working 7 days. Today, these guys working 3 and 4 days.
Wow.
Okay, 3 and 4 days. That's what is happening right now on the project, right, with our local truck drivers. So you really have to be there for you to see what is happening. You have the Chinese and the Indonesians driving the trucks. So I do not know why these people saying it has 300 Dominicans. Only if they are including administrative staff that's working at the offices in town, or all those persons who are actually maybe working in tourism, in the tourism industry. So, but at the airport, directly at the airport, I think that is false news. Maybe
I think so as well. In fact, not to interrupt you, but when we were down there, I asked somebody who know, a very senior person working there, and they confirmed that they had about 120 something at one time, but none. The majority of them has been replaced.
Yeah.
By the same guys, the Indonesians and the others. So the numbers are certainly in the tens, not in the hundreds.
Right, exactly. There's no way, because if you had 300 Dominicans working at this airport project, Wesley, Woodfordale, Marigot, Calibishi would have felt the impact because these people would have to eat food, okay? They would have to rent. Some of them would have to rent and do all those things. You know this sickening thing about the lack of employment for Dominicans at this airport? You have guys who can, guys from Grand Bay who can drive a truck. You have guys from Maho who can drive truck. And you are bringing in Indonesians and Chinese in Dominica to drive a truck. Things that Dominicans can do. Okay? Let me just, watch how this government has lacked any kind of a foresight. Here it is that they move persons from the airport site into the new development. And after 4 years, no street lights, things you took away from the people. God forbid a house would catch fire. No fire hydrant, no standpipe in a new development in this 21st century. Okay? Nothing like that. They are building a road right outside my home right now. And they put drain on one side, and on the opposite side, no drain. So when it rains, the road is just washing away. Okay? No foresight. Now, in the new development, even for the lights, they build the homes so close to the road. Now, for them to put lights, they would have to ask the homeowners permission to put the light poles on their property, or they have to place it on the sidewalk.
Oh my God, no planning, my
No planning at all. No plan, and this is the problem we are facing in this constituency and in Dominica by extension, because they have forgotten that their role is to serve people. You are there to serve the people and to do things for the people. To do what? That's, when government fixes a road, I tell people that there's nothing to rejoice about that. If a father provides meals for his children, why you have to praise a father for doing that? This is the role of a parent to take care of the home. So when government does this thing, this is what government has to do the things that people cannot do for themselves, and create the environment for what people can do for themselves to do for themselves, and not to come there and beg for anything. Okay, this is what you want a government to do, to let people to be able to help themselves. Let people know that, okay, all right, I can do that. I can achieve these things, because if I go into this small business, there are enough persons that will come and support my business. There is a need for this, so that I'm going to provide that. And this is why sometimes they say our young people are lazy. Our young people are not lazy. Our young people work hard, because when they leave Dominica and they go to Guadeloupe, they go to Antigua, they go to anywhere else, they work and they achieve. But you have to see what you are working for. You cannot be working 50 years ago, people working for $50. I'm sorry, 25 years ago, they're working for $50. 25 years later, you're still working for the same $50. When the cost of living has gone up. You used to buy a bread for 50 cents, for 25 cents. Today, a bread is $2.50. So how are you going to make it? It is very difficult for people. And this government doesn't seem to understand those things. Their role is not about what I can get for myself. It's about what I can do for the people. What am I going to do for the people? How am I going to make their lives better? Every time when you wake up in the morning, that is what your focus has to be. How am I going to improve somebody's life today?
Yes. So we have a call. We have a caller. Caller. Good evening. Okay. Yeah. But yes, I'm happy that you brought it on. And from the M stream, a lot of people say in there, good work, Ja. We're impressed with the work that you do. And one person said there on the M stream too that agriculture should not only be the focus, and we should concentrate on other areas of the economy. And Doc, yes, we have been doing that. We heard the political leader for the United Workers' Party, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, and the 10-pillar plan. And it is the 10-pillar plan, as you know, it is integrated with other areas, like, for instance, agriculture is well, of course, ready to link with tourism and manufacturing, of course. This is very good. So from agriculture, you produce the raw material, and obviously manufacturing will take care of the secondary product in terms of conversion from raw to something else, a byproduct. So that's where we are heading. In tourism, while you boost up the tourism sector, you are able to provide food for the tourists and provide for the hotels and the other areas. So yes, there's an integration and collaboration. Caller, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to say something.
Yes, sir.
To the airport, we complain, and I'm totally against that Dominicans are not working. My suggestion to Thompson and you all is to lead a dedication of people to Wesley and ask the government to intervene into the amount of people that is working in the airport that is not Dominicans, and Dominicans are truly looking forward. So the idea is to come with some skilled people and let the government choose, like how Mary Virginia Charles did it, and allow Dominicans to work, and the rest of the people that we cannot get that in Dominica that cannot do the work, then they would have to able to work. But as long as Dominicans can do the work, I believe we should go down to Portsmouth, to Wesley, and stand up and ask the government to intervene into that. And we're not moving unless our people get the work.
I respect your suggestion.
Otherwise, everybody will look at us and the outside world like we're not ready for work. So let us show the government that they're calling us lazy. Let us show the government we are interested in work, and call Dominicans out and go to Wesley in massive numbers, and let the government see that young people are determined to work so that they can send back the people they have, and whoever they have, or the Chinese that they have, that we can get the money, because the money we paying for it, you see. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, is noted. Yes, sir, is noted. And yeah, you're getting some commendation here. One person saying, well spoken. My pal rep, you are doing very well. And on the end stream, you seem to be gaining a lot of support with respect to what you've said. And Doc, just
Yes.
as we about to say that, I mean, one point that to make quickly before you come in, if this international airport had any impact on the locals, even alongside that airport, you'd have seen people have little bars there, make up and to sell their liquor. Even now, they tell me they have some Chinese restaurant and they're even making bakes too. So they competing with bakes. But Doc, you are seeing now.
No, I mean, I can tell you that as an economist and looking at that project, it is just mind-boggling, because normally when you have projects of that significance in a country, if you're talking about a $3-4 billion project
Right.
in a $1 billion GDP or economy,
Right.
that should have a significant impact on the country in terms of employment, in terms of spin-offs, businesses, and so on. But we see none of that.
No,
And that's because of the unique nature of the way the Chinese operate.
that's correct.
You know, in terms of bringing in all of the people, in terms of not buying deliberately from the local population. As you said, they're growing their pigs, they're even growing coconuts.
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct.
You know,
Yeah.
and mark you, while the coconut is growing, don't expect them to buy coconuts.
No.
They'll wait for the 3 years for the tree.
Oh,
start
to start
bearing.
bearing.
So, I mean, that is a very unfortunate situation. I think unfortunate. The caller before says that the Dominican public needs to be more forceful in demanding that the people work. But we're not even talking about skilled workers. We're talking about heavy equipment operators.
Operators.
We're talking about drivers, you know, and so on. And these are people that we have, and not even a large number of people.
People.
They could easily absorb those individuals who are available to do that kind of work.
Right.
You know, so it is really beyond comprehension. And what makes it even worse is the fact that this has been funded by Dominica's money. You know, I can understand. I could still not understand, but I would be a little more willing to accept it if it was where the monies was coming from overseas,
Yeah, you
a
have
loan and
conditions,
so on,
Yeah.
but that is supposed to be your own money,
Right.
So I am asking you to build a home for me, and once my home has been built, my family members are outside starving, and you're bringing people in. It makes no sense, and so that's why I said earlier, that Dominic is complicated in a kind of a way that sometimes you wonder what in heaven's name is going on.
And you're right. And there's something that our grandparents used to say it is still being said among how many people? When you give someone an inch, they take a foot. Remember, this government policy it is about foreigners getting priority. You talk about the health centers that were being built. You talk about the apartment buildings. Even this government is the only government in the history of Dominican, I think in the Caribbean probably too, that may have brought that say they brought investors there with $0, but when they left with millions in their hand. So that is a fact. And Mr. Shah, I know that you have been really working on behalf of the people of Wesley, the Wesley constituency. And even so, even while you're out, just being ordinary, not even the PAL rep yet, and you have been calling to advocate on their behalf with respect to the electoral re-registration and even talking about continuous registration and talking about reconfirmation. And you've called in recent times the Electoral Commission or the Electoral Office to inquire about certain things. And they are telling you, look, they are not doing certain things. What can you share with the Dominican people? I know you are working hard, and what can you tell us? Because you've made direct contact with the Electoral Office and you have been given some feedback. What can you tell us that you've called and tell them? And what have they been telling you?
Well, so I have maybe called the electoral office between 10 to 15 times already. Even up to this week, I called them. I didn't get through because their hotline have been too hot. They couldn't receive
That's
any,
get cold
any
now.
calls because, for example, it has been a while now since they have stopped registration. Okay, new
New
registration.
registration.
And by right, that shouldn't be happening by the law. The
No.
law, there's supposed to be continuous registration. And last week I called them, and the latest they gave me is that they are hoping to start the registration very soon. Very, very, very soon, within a week or two. I don't know how if that will ever happen, because sometimes they just tell you things to make you to calm you down, as it were. Because I saw that they put out a bulletin basically saying that persons who would like to transfer their votes and change their names, their profession, and those type
And
of things
addresses.
and addresses can do it now.
Right.
And so I want to know, so what, but you are putting persons, because the reason why they are saying that, let's go back, because the reason why they are saying that, so that at end of September, when a new list comes out, for it to reflect those changes. But you have persons who need to be registered. God forbid, we know that the process, the confirmation process, was to start next month. God forbid this prime minister decides, because he has the constitutional right to call the election at any time, to call the election. And where that is new people who want to register, where are they going? How are they going to be on that list? Because if your name does not show up on the list, you cannot vote.
Right.
Based on this new legislation. Because
Mr.
once
Pastor,
you
we got a
reach,
caller. I'm going to interrupt you a little bit. We have a caller online.
okay.
Let's take this caller. Caller, good evening.
Hi, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to our leaders also.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening, and to our candidate for the Wesley constituency, Mr. Francois. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Oh. Well, Mr. Shah, you have a lot of surprises. I could tell you, you're singing as a real politician there, boy. You need to do that more often. Congratulations on the job. Well done. You're doing very good. You're holding your end. That's very good. At least you're touching on every little thing that's going on with us, especially in the West constituency, or we have been suffering. And as you say, nobody's against the international airport. Everybody's welcoming the international airport, but it's the way it has been done and going about, and the pain and the suffering, especially people like me, our livelihood has been taken away from us. Instead of we making a dollar, we making nothing at all. How can we survive, How can we survive? How are we paying our bills when months come? And it is very rough. And I'm listening to you, and I'm grateful that at least you're touching on every little aspect that is going on. And I just hope that the other constituencies can follow our footsteps and do as much as we're doing so that we could bring the United Workers' Party back, because that is what everybody wants, so that we could live, have a better life, we could work, have job, and our children, grandchildren can say that we fought a good fight. So continue good work, Mr. Francois, and congratulations. I'm listening.
Yes, thank you, caller. We know who you are, but Mr. Faso, again, you've been getting it from the constituency itself and many other persons who are at the end stream. Maybe you cannot see, but I can read for you. They are saying, well done, well said, brilliant, and you are touching on many cylinders there tonight. So they are very impressed. But you were saying something, and I interrupted you, so you could continue.
Yeah, but let me just thank this caller. And this caller said that I'm sounding like a politician. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because the way how politicians have been behaving in Dominica lately, I hope
Yes.
I do not want to be that person, because I'm simply someone who cares about people.
Yes, I'm going to interrupt you again. The calls are coming in furious. Hello, caller. Good evening. The worker's voice.
Yes, good evening. I'm listening to you all, and I'm rather flabbergasted with the things that are going on in Dominica, and Dominicans are sitting there and doing nothing. How can Dominicans allow the Chinese to just take over the country? They name a bloody hospital after them. There's so many Dominicans that they could have named the hospital after. You have a Chinese flag in front of your hospital. You let the Chinese walk over the people of Dominica. Chinese breaking the law in Dominica, and they cannot be charged. They're not being charged. An ordinary Dominican does nothing. They have their people with their long guns. They're prepared to arrest them and shoot them because of that idiot who calls himself Prime Minister. It's confusing, man. What are Dominicans going to doing? They're just sitting and just talking and talking and talking. I mean, and God gave him the power to get rid of what was going on in Jericho. If we just sit and sit and sit, nothing is going to happen. I tell you, the next election, this guy is going to steal it again. I doubt Dominica is going to have a fair election. I doubt it very much. I mean, you guys mean well, but that vagabond who calls himself a prime minister, mama guy in the people of Dominica, he has no plans of leaving office. Have a good night.
Yes, thank you, sir. Have a good night yourself.
Yeah, and Cole, I share your frustration. Certainly, it's
Yeah, Mr. Jha, yes.
Yes, and I said if caller's frustration as well, but as we always say, the power in people is greater than people in power, and if we want change to happen, we have to get up and make the change. Everybody has to do it. We cannot depend on others to make change for us. What we want to happen, we have to do it. We all come together. Okay, and one of the ways that has to be done is through we can only win through the electoral process. This is the way, because we don't want to think about violence to overthrow anything. We're not in that type of business there. We want to do it the proper way, and the people have to be able to stand up as well. Okay, enough is enough. End of story. And the electoral process is the way it has to be done. And this is why it's very important that persons get themselves confirmed. Okay, you get yourself confirmed. Make sure that you have your passport, your driver's license, your social security, and your birth paper. Now, you can use either your passport and people, remember, it's and your birth paper, your social security and your birth paper, your passport and your birth paper. And if you do not have any of these national ID cards, You can use your birth paper and a photo, ping pong, and you go to the Justice of Peace, and they going to give you a letter so you bring to the electoral office so you can confirm that you are who you say you are, and you're going to confirm yourself on the electoral list. Okay? Come
Yeah.
15th of October, we want everybody to be doing those things. Okay? We want you to go, let us flood, let us not wait. We want our supporters to go there. And a matter of fact, you know, if the electoral office was doing what has to be done, we shouldn't even be there, because this is technically is not the role of any political party to be doing that. The electoral office should be providing the ways and means for everyone who is on the list, because that's what they want. Everyone is on the list, although I personally believe that you should have a complete re-registration, but this is what they have given us. We're going to work with what we have to us to get the best results. So we are pleading with everybody. Go out there and do your confirmation. Do not take it for granted, because what's going to happen if you don't do it? Your name going to get off the list, and you know who first they're going to target is the United Workers' Party supporters. So as they see that you don't show up, they're taking your name off the list, because we've had incident in Wesley, person's name who were on the list, and last election when person went to vote, person saying that their name is no longer on the list, someone who have voted many times before. Okay, so we need people to get active. You want change to happen? We are all in this together. Do not leave it for the candidate alone. We need everybody on board. We are all suffering the same. A pound of sugar for me is a pound of sugar for you. Whether you labor or workers, is the same struggle we're going through. The high light bills, high water bills, high insurance, you name it. Everything that is happening it is happening to all of us the same. And we know what we say. It's only one man. One man seems to have all the monies. But so I'd like to go back to what one of the callers said about we should go everybody should come to Wesley. Okay,
go right ahead.
When we know what the truck drivers did, that to block the road for them to get some funds to be able to earn some living, that to end up blocking the road. So, and then government had to go and beg the Chinese to
allow them to carry some cement.
Yes, to help them and carry some cement. Again, because of the lack of planning, government not looking out for the people. Because as a contract like that, you should ensure that at least 60% of the full workforce should be from your country, no less than 60%. This should be part of the deal. If you cannot accept that, then we're not giving you the project. End of story. When Sintra was making the roads in Dominica, you had that's what Dr. Thompson was saying, you had little bars popping up all over the place. Persons build their homes. Persons who are working in Sintra, they build their homes because of the monies they made working in Sintra. Millions and millions of dollars were flowing through Dominica. Persons achieved. But now you have $2 billion+ project taking place, and the people of this constituency, Wesley constituency, are unable to do anything. Not one new dumper has been bought from this constituency to say they're working on the project. Okay? Not one. How you expect a community to grow when all this money is being spent or claimed to be being spent in the country, and the people who have sacrificed the most? We've given up our lands, our homes. Some persons have even died. Okay? And that reminds me that let me just extend sympathies to the family of Mr. Couché Plendelive Dommage, who died recently in Guadeloupe, and also to the Telemac family in Wesley. They lost their sister 2 days ago, who was going through kidney problem, dialysis. So
right.
I just like to extend sympathies to the family, and you know that, as I say, God never gives you more than you can bear. And we know that well, all our pain and sorrow has gone. So God still remains good. Okay, so persons have been suffering in this country, and God forbid, but right now with this airport project, we know the amount of dust that the people of Wesley have gotten and are still getting. You know, we still have persons living down in this dust there for 24/7, living down in this dust. People that have not gotten paid, and they just have to sit down there and wait and wait. I know how much persons back they have actually destroyed their homes and have not gotten paid. They were forced to leave, okay, and have not gotten paid. This is what is happening in Wesley, and yet we under a $2 billion project, and you are unable to pay people. How? I mean, raise the real impact for our people. Wesley should be booming, new construction taking place. There is nothing to show that this airport is benefiting the people of this constituency, in Dominica by extension. Not a hotel being built, not a guest house being built, not a Airbnb being built, not a supermarket being built, nothing at all. A matter of fact, as I said earlier on, the number of businesses that were down in that area that were forced to close down, and not one, not even those businesses have reopened. Not even that has happened. So therefore, that tells you then there's no real benefit for the people of Wesley. Because why? Because they are not employing Dominicans who would have spent the money in the community and boost the economy. And here it is again, no money being spent, nobody's been hired. Social Security is also losing from that. Because the Chinese and the Indonesians and the Spanish are not paying Social Security. Okay? And I would just like to, I'm seeing it's almost 9 o'clock.
No, we're out of time, yes, but we just winding up one time. Yeah.
All right. So I would like to just thank everyone, and I don't want our people here, our NEP workers. I want them to also to know that we are going to take care of them. They're not going to be left behind.
That's correct.
You know the United Workers Party has proposed $12 per hour. $12
Right.
per hour. So we want them to know that what the government is doing to them right now, it is just unfair. This is not progressive at all. This is just to keep people in a state where they can keep coming to you and asking you and begging you. It's just $600 a month can never be sufficient for anybody who has. It's not even sufficient for one person, much less for a family that has one or two children. Somebody who has one or two children, it just cannot happen. It is just unfair what the government is doing. Whereas the prime minister raised his salary an next $4,000-5,000 a month because he knows that the cost of living has gone up. He cannot survive on that. Okay, although he has living in a $64,000 a month house, his light bill, his phone bill, internet, vehicle, everything, food, everything is being provided for him, and yet he couldn't survive on his salary. But he expects somebody working on the NEP to survive on a $600 a month salary. I do not know how that is possible. But I'm here asking you that let me put all your burdens on me. I am willing to accept it. Okay, so let me help you. I'm here trying to help you, but I can only do those things if you vote for me and vote for United Workers Party. This is what we want. We want to help people. Our aim is to help people. We are here to restore hope again to the Dominican people. Okay, we've had enough. As Reginald Usher say, we have been last for too long. Now it's time for us to move up. And we have a good leader, the Honorable Thompson Fontaine, world-renowned economist. Okay, we are proud to be led by Dr.
We have a
Thompson
caller.
Fontaine.
Yes. We taking the caller. We have a caller. Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, caller.
Good night, sister.
Good night to you, sir.
Do you know the people 70 and over that getting the $300 up to now, they haven't get paid?
Well, he loved the elderly and they have not gotten paid.
I called a friend of mine and he told me up to now they haven't paid them. And one of the Labour Party telling me is the person that paying them that don't go for the money yet. You understand me? Up to now, we on the 19th of the month, they haven't paid them. And Scarrett say he love grown up people. Have mercy on Dominican.
Thank you. I hope they get paid.
Dominican always here in Dominican.
Yeah.
Hi, boy.
Okay, good. Thank you. Well, somebody saying there a vote for Ja is a vote for progress. And Ja, I'm Doc. I think you should. Yes, another caller, please. Good evening, sir.
Yes, another thing, I left Dominica in 1974, and yet my name is still on the voters list.
Wow.
The crookedness? 1974, and my name, don't ask me how, I found out, because I have my verifying out. Another thing, I have a friend who lives in Dominica. Every day, up to today, I get seven different things on my phone about Trump. The bloody guys living in Dominica, he used to work for the government. Send me something about what's going on in Dominica. We have enough TV in America, enough newspaper. I can get the news. I know what's going on in America. But they are more concerned about what's happening in America than the bloody nuisance idiot prime minister.
Yes, thanks, caller. But Doc, you should be very proud of Mr.
Absolutely.
I've been part of your team. You heard him.
I am extremely honored and proud that we have Francois that we can offer as our candidate in the Wesley constituency. And as you can see, he has a heart for the people, a great desire to see change, to see improvement, but he cares deeply about the people of Wesley. And that to me is a mark of a great. Someone say he's a great politician. I think he's a great individual, a great person. And I think that the people of Wesley will certainly place their support in Ja. And that's what we're expecting. And we are hoping that when you have somebody who is prepared to agitate, who is prepared to speak on your behalf, who is prepared to go all out to ensure that whatever benefits are there comes to the people, then you need to invest in this man. And so, I'm extremely happy. That's why tonight I was just listening. I was just happy to sit back and listen to Ja. So thank you very much, Ja, for this. And, thank you for taking the time. And also for what you do. We know you're very hard working on the ground. And people keep telling me, but you guys are not on the ground. I say, but look at Wesley. He is on the ground. He's doing what is necessary.
Yeah.
And other constituencies as well. So, obviously there's always room for improvement. We don't say that we are doing everything that we should be. But this is a good example of one of the individuals who's working extremely hard to ensure that this constituency reverts. I say reverts because it belongs to us, reverts to the United Workers' Party.
Yes, well, so we just want to thank you, Mr. Ja Francois, for being on tonight. We are already out of time, and we really thank you for your time, your patience, and you have so much more. So the people are saying, yes, Mr. Ja. Someone say, but why are you interrupting the guy? Well, Mr. Ja, you also know that we have to interact with the public as well. So, Mr. Ja Francois, based on popular demand, you'll be back sometime in the future very soon, because you heard it from some of your constituents, and also on the end stream, they're saying, wow, this man has the vibes. So we have to bring you back. So we just want to thank you for your time. But I know you want to say something finally before you leave.
No, I just want to say thank you, and to be a pleasure from the comeback, because when I come here, I come here in true humility, and it is a humbling thing to be here, because as I said, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm not doing it for myself. I am concerned about the people. I'm interested in making people better. That is what this is my aim. This is my goal, to put people first, because it makes no sense that one has and nobody else has. Once God has blessed you, the blessing is not for you. It's not for you. It is for you to be able to share with others to make people's lives better, because God has given it to you, because he has entrusted it with you, because he knows that you should be doing the right thing with it. You should be able to do the right thing with it. I mean, sometimes we are selfish and want to keep everything for ourselves. But that's not the way it should supposed to be. God has given you something. He has blessed you with a vehicle. Don't pass people on the road straight, because you at one point somebody was giving you a VEP. So now it's your turn to give somebody else a VEP. Bless somebody. That's what you want to do. Don't just feel that you have arrived. Everything you have belongs to you. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here, so that persons can actually hear what hear what I intend to do, and the type of person that I am, and stuff like that. And all what I do is just through the grace of God. Okay, I'm not doing it on my own. I always say whatever I do is through God's mercy, and so that is who I am. That's what I am, and I am not. One last thing, some persons have an issue that I'm a lay associate in the Catholic Church.
Right.
Some persons have a problem with that, and I keep telling them, you cannot put thieves to guard money. They will thief the money. That is what you expect. So if you think I'm a lay associate and politics is a nasty thing, then you as a Christian, as a person of God, should not be involved in voting for any politician. That means that you're encouraging persons to do the wrong things. It's simple as that. So if you think that the others are nasty and I must be nasty as them, then you are telling me that you are not really living a Christian life. You do not care about those type of things. You are living a selfish life. You're only concerned about yourself. And God has told me to love and care for my neighbor as I do for myself. And this is how I'm trying to live my life. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you to all the persons who called and those who messaged. I do appreciate it very, very much. Thanks so very much.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Jean-Francois. I'm our candidate for the Wesley Constituency United Workers Party. I just want to thank you for your deliberation tonight, and the people are very impressed. A lot of people. Let me just say, tomorrow again we'll be outside the Privo City Mall with our raffle, selling our raffle tickets for that lucky winner who will be winning that Noah. So just continue to support the party, and as we say, that we ask God to bless your finances, give you quadruple what you deserve, because you have been helping, and we appreciate the little that you give, and I know you give generously. So we expect you to continue to patronize this party. So because we do it on your behalf, we do it on your behalf. We're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for the people. And so, Mr. Jafaswa, let me thank you tonight let me thank you for having you tonight on this program. We love what you did tonight, and just because of what you did tonight, by popular demand, you were asked to come back. Dr. Fonke, let me thank you for the time that you always give and with your team, and you share with us. And Doc, it's amazing that we've had all leaders in our party who have been committed to the cause, and we never stop loving the people. We never stop doing it for the people. We have already done it for ourselves, and obviously time for the people. And I like what Jaf was saying. I'm not in this for myself. So all this selfishness, we're not into that. We are doing this thing selflessly, and we are ready to work for the people of Dominica. So hats off to you all. For all those who participated and called, we want to say thank you. Till next time, good night.
I am feeling very Olympic today. How about you? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see your sickles fly.